Hey guys, no face cam this time since my hair is completely uncombed and is just not pleasant to look at, but I wanted to get this video up as quickly as possible. I asked a few of you guys on Tumblr if this is something you wanted to see, and the majority of you do, so here it is. In case you did not see the title of this video, this is going to be a video which contains spoilers for the Steven Summer Adventure event. So if you don't want any spoilers for upcoming episodes, if you avoid spoilers, close this video now, no hard feelings. And I'm not going to actually be showing you the clip that I want to talk about in this video today, because right now the only way that I have to get a hold of that clip is to take it from another YouTuber, and I don't do that. So I'm going to be showing some screenshots from it instead. As I'm talking, I'm going to overlay my voice over the screenshots, starting now. In this clip, we see the gem that we saw in Lapis's flashback. She's up and about and around, and she's interacting with the other crystal gems, and it does seem like she is Bismuth. We get a better look at her gem here, and it does have the same color scheme as Bismuth. We see a bit of a curly Q design coming off of it that is reminiscent of the curly Q design on Bismuth's gem. It's basically confirmed at this point that she's Bismuth, just from her appearance alone. But if that's not enough to convince you, there was a recent leak of upcoming episodes and marathon titles that did mention Bismuth. Bismuth is expected to come into the show relatively soon. And this clip tells us so much, and that's what I wanted to discuss here today, is what this clip tells us. We now know from this clip that the battle at the Strawberry Battlefield was one of the earlier engagements in the war. It happened relatively soon after the guerrilla rebellion became an all-out conflict with Homeworld about 5,300 years ago, with the war itself starting about 5,500 years ago. And we know that that's the last engagement that Bismuth participated in, that she was poofed relatively early in the war. We still, however, do not know why she was bubbled and put away in Lion's Mane, which is something that I'm very interested to find out now, because she doesn't seem damaged or corrupted or anything. She doesn't seem like she betrayed the other crystal gems or any of the other theories that people have come up with for why she may have been locked away like that. We also see in this clip that her interactions are mainly with the other crystal gems and not Steven, which tells us that there's a very good chance that she is not going to immediately bond with Steven the way that other new characters have in the past, the way that Peridot and Lapis did, for example, that her initial interactions are going to be with the crystal gems, and that she's going to have to form a bond with Steven over time if she forms a real bond with him at all ever, which is going to represent a completely different kind of dynamic than what we've seen in the past. Instead of a new gem getting to know the other crystal gems through Steven, now Steven is going to have to get to know a new gem through the other crystal gems. We also get a very brief clip of the presumed Bismuth rattling off a few names of other gems that were part of the crystal gems, and since they don't sound like the names of gemstones, I'm assuming these are nicknames that she had for them. And I'm going to go back later, I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I'm going to go back later and I'm going to try to discover if any of these names could be nicknames for any of the corrupted gems that we've seen, if they would match those corrupted gems' gemstone designs, and maybe give us an idea of who some of the corrupted gems might be. It's a bit of a long shot, but I am going to look into it. But guys, this is a 50-second clip. We learn this much in a 50-second clip. Could you imagine how much we're going to learn in the entire 11-minute episode? This is a gem whose mindset is still of a gem who is participating in the war. The last thing she remembers is participating in the war. Guys, we're going to learn so much about the war. Even if this gem isn't Bismuth, maybe this is the smoky quartz that people keep talking about, which I don't think it is, but if she is smoky quartz, it doesn't matter. She's still going to teach us so much about the war and the rebellion, and I could not be more excited for that. At this point, I am going to continue to assume that she is Bismuth. That said, let's talk about Bismuth for a minute. She's brash, she's loud, and she is awesome. She's a very enthusiastic character, but we also see here that she can be very emotional too. But she is also someone who hides her emotions, or at least tries to, or at least pretends to try to. And she's got this bombastic personality that I just find very appealing. I could see her fitting in with the other crystal gems very well. And I am incredibly excited to see her interactions with them. I'm also interested in getting her take on Rose. I'd love to see a fresh perspective on Rose. This is someone who hasn't been a crystal gem for nearly as long as the other crystal gems have been. She may have respected Rose, but it's very likely that she never developed the reverence for Rose that the others have. But the interactions that I'm most interested in seeing are her interactions with Lapis. There's no doubt here at this point, she is the gem who poofed Lapis. And I think Lapis is probably going to have something to say about that. All of that said, guys, what have you taken away from this clip? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.